Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Katie, and today I'm doing my monthly TBR Around the World. So this is my TBR board game. I do have one that I shared with you all this year in a printable version. So if you'd like to play along with me every month, you can roll one roll a month, or you can do the entire board if you read a lot of books. So I will link the announcement video for that as well as all of the printables. So let's go ahead and see how we did last month. So last month was series September, and so I wanted to get in as many series as I could. So I did change the rules in September, and every time that I got an icon instead of a cloud, I picked from a series jar. So I ended up picking out, I think there was 5 series that I ended up picking out. Well, 4, and then I added another series that technically wasn't one that I already started, but that's okay. So how did I do? I did not complete it, but I did really well and really good. So I'm not taking any punishments for the rest of the year because usually things get really busy around this time of year for me. I'm pre-filming for Christmas for that time of year, because I do the Christmas Bookmas 25 videos in 25 days. So yes, I will not be taking any punishments for the rest of the year, but also the fact that the only punishment that I did have for me this year was to use a 6-sided die. I was not going to do that to myself in October because I'm getting my wisdom teeth out next week. Yay. But at least thankfully they'll be out and I won't have to worry about them, hopefully ever again. So yes, I will be doing that. And I will be resting for at least the first week, if not 2 weeks of October. So I most likely will not get too much read. So I did complete 4 out of my 6 prompts. That is really good. I'm changing the board a little bit next year. Just a few things here and there. I have some really fun challenge prompts if I don't complete my TBR. I actually have some really fun ones, so I'm really excited about that. And I have a bunch of new prompts that are some are very, very specific, some are a lot of fun. So I'm excited to show you all the new prompts and stuff. Well, I'm not going to show you all the prompts, but I will show examples when next year comes along. I'll probably show you, of course, in December for the new year. So the ones that I got from last year, the first one was Globe, which was a series jar prompt, since I was going to pick one for each of the icons on the board. And I picked Triple Threat by Irene Hannon. I finished, I only had 2 books to finish left in the series out of the 3. I did not read any of them. Will I get to them? Probably not. It's only the 27th, but I still have 5 books I need to read for other things, so probably not. Next one was Passport, another series jar pick, and that was the Weaver Trilogy by Lindsay A. Franklin. I only needed to read 2 more books again for that series, but I will not be getting to them probably. Next one was a Cloud prompt, a Goodreads recommendation. Next prompt is a Cloud prompt, which was a Goodreads rec. And for that one, I got Letters from My Sister by Valerie Fraser Leslie, and I did read that one. Yay. And then the next one was Globe, which is another series jar. And for that one, I got The Hidden Masterpiece by Christy Cambron. I am only an hour away from finishing that audiobook, so I know I will be done with it. So yay. And the next one is Suitcase, another series jar. That one I picked Incarceron by Catherine Fisher, and I reread the first one and I read the second one. So very excited about that. And I'll talk about all these books in my end of the month wrap up next week. And then the last one that I got was a travel prompt, and for that I was going to mood read a series. That was just kind of a spur of the moment decision. And so I ended up mood reading the Andy Pedersen series by Colleen Coble, and I did read all 3 books. I binge read all 3, so that was done. And I did talk about that series in my mid-month wrap-up. I don't think I talked about the other ones. No, I don't think so. Okay. So before I get started, I did want to mention that the buddy read for the Christian Book Club group here on YouTube. Feel free to join in. Most of us just talk about the book at the end of the month. We don't really do anything too detailed or anything. But if you'd like to read along with us, we are going to be reading... where are you? There we go. We're going to be reading To Have and to Hold. It's a novella collection, autumn themed, which I think is great. Perfect pick. And it's by Betsy St. Amand, Becky Wade, and Katie Ganchert. So make sure to check out if you want to buddy read along with us. I'm sure they're cute contemporary romance. At least that's the feeling that I'm getting from these books. So, and perfect for autumn because it does say autumn on the cover. Okay, so the first roll that I'm going to do is I'm going to do a roll for my Read Around the World-a-thon because I'm playing along with you all. So let's go ahead and do that one roll for that game. Okay, so I'm going to do one roll for my Read Around the World-a-thon. So last time we landed right here. I put a sticker here to remind myself because I only did one roll for this game and then I did the entire game for the month on my other board. So let's go ahead and roll our 6-sided die. Ooh, yay, we got a 6. Nice. It's kind of a lousy roll, but it's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, we got a rainbow. So for that one, we have to go down a row, and then we have to pick a random color generator. You can also put a bunch of colors on pieces of paper and pick that way. So yeah, so I'm just gonna move this sticker since otherwise I'll be confused. So I'm gonna move the sticker back one because that's where we're gonna start from next month. Okay, so that's where we landed. So we're gonna have to pick a book that matches our random color pick. Okay, so that one roll for my Read Around the World-a-thon got me a rainbow. So I spun a random color wheel, and I think what I might do next year is I'm going to try to pick books as I get the prompts because I know you probably all want to see me pick as I pick, and I usually pick these ahead of time, but I'm going to try to change that next year if I can. And because I film on my phone, so I can't show the wheel on my phone, but I might use my mom's phone. I think that might be better, at least for you guys. Okay, so I spun it and it landed on black, a color wheel, and we landed on black. But that's okay. So the one that I picked for that one is I am going to be reading A Gilded Lady by Elizabeth Camden. So excited because there's a ton of black on this cover. And yeah, so it works perfectly. It's the second in the series, I think. And so I'm really going to be trying hard the rest of the year to complete a lot more series. I just want to have fun and feel really accomplished. So that's my goal. And I'm very excited to put that one on the list. Okay, everyone, so here is our board for October. I do have some ideas. I have already made some new prompts for next year. I kind of wanted to do them already starting this month, but I think I'm going to wait because I'm also not going to do any punishments. I'm going to tell you in the beginning of the video because I have new punishments that I'm going to start in the new year, and so I'm kind of giving myself a break for the rest of the year. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun, some new changes, some fun changes to the board, and lots of fun new prompts for next year, so look forward to that. All right, so I go through the entire board. I always put my playlist down in the description box, but if you don't know, clouds are just cloud prompts that I picked from my piles. The suitcase is a TBR Star claw machine pick. The passport is a friend pick. The globes are a genre wheel where I put a whole bunch of different genres. And then the rainbows, I slide down a row and pick a random color to go on a book cover to pick. Plus, I think I have to pick another book. Maybe I don't. I forgot that rule. But anyway, so and then the airplane is our last prompt, which is a travel themed prompt. So before I get started, let's go ahead and mix our things. And also double clouds are 2 prompts that I have to combine into one book, or I have to pick 2 books. Okay, so let's go ahead and do roll number 1. Roll number 1. Well, I got an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got a suitcase, which is a TBR Star claw machine pick. I'm so excited. It's one of my favorite new additions to my game. Yay! Okay, our first roll brought us to a TBR claw machine, and so I'm very, very excited. So I ended up getting 3 stars. I kind of had the idea to, if I get more than 1 star, I had to read all the books that came out, but I might do that next year. That might be really fun, but I decided to go ahead and just pick one that had little stars on it. These don't really have any theme or anything, like none are newer or older. Most of them came in the same thing, but what I did was most of these stars are ones that I own, but I did put in ones that I was more excited about from the library. So a lot of my own books, but okay, so this is from the library, and I did put library in parentheses, so I knew where it came from. Okay, so the one that I got is Where We Belong by Lynn Austin. I don't know if you could read that or not. The long paper. I don't know why I'm making that long. Oh yeah, because I do the stars. But I don't even remember what this one is about. I must have really wanted to read it because it did end up in my stars. But I have never read a Lynn Austin book. I know, where am I? But, so I'm reading Where We Belong, and I don't know what it's about. But I do know it's most likely historical fiction. And this is the one that I wanted to read first from her, I guess. So, yay. Okay, so that's the first book on the TBR. I don't know anything about it, but by the end of the month, you'll know, as well as I will. Hopefully, if I get to it. Rule number 2. We got another 6. Well, apparently I thought I had a 6 last time, but I didn't. I had an 8. I don't know why I thought I had a 6, so I said another 6. But this is our first 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is a single cloud prompt. And for that one, we pick one from here. I'm running low, but don't worry. We're going to have tons of new ones. And like really like, I don't know, they're like specific ones next year. So they're going to be a lot of fun. All right, so our first one at this time is a Libby. Ooh, nice. Oh, that is so easy. So, yeah, just anything off of Libby. This is pretty much a free pick for me from my library app. I can pick anything I want to. Yay. We got our first cloud prompt for the game, and for that one, we got Libby. So for that one, super easy. I can pick whatever I want. So for that one, I am going to be picking the book that I actually got for my Read Around the World-a-thon role, and that is A Gilded Lady by Elizabeth Campton. So double works great. I'm actually going to be listening to the audiobook for this, so that's perfect. And did I already check it out? If I didn't, I better do it now, just in case it's not available in October. Roll number 3. And that is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we got another cloud. So for this one, let's see what we have. A Goodreads recommendation. Okay, so I have to go on Goodreads and scroll on Goodreads, and I think either the first one that I own or the first one that like I kind of know that I want to read. Like I don't want to pick something that like I'm not interested in or anything, but usually it's the first one that I own. So if I can't find anything that I own, I'll pick something that I'm interested in reading. We'll do in that order. So for rule number 2, we got another cloud prompt, and for this one, I thought I removed all the ones that I've played before. Apparently, I did not. So we got a duplicate this month, which I'm honestly okay with. So it was Goodreads rec. Oops. I don't know what happened there, but that's okay. You know, next year we're going to really keep track of the prompts that we use and that we don't use. This one, I don't know how it got back in, but oh well. And for that one, I scrolled on Goodreads looking for whatever book that I feel that I either do have, I'm going to be getting soon, or I've just been really excited about. So the one that came up first was The Legacy of Longdale Manor by Carrie Taransky. This is her newest release, and I believe it just released yesterday, I think. And so I'm really excited to get to it. I've read 2 of her books, I think, in August, I think. Or it could have been this month in September. But I really enjoyed both of them. It was a duology. She writes historical fiction. And this one kind of gives me the feeling of like, this girl is trying to find out more about her family past and family secrets. So it's kind of like a journey of finding family and finding yourself, I guess. So I'm really interested to read it. And yeah, I cannot wait to read another book by her. I enjoyed both of the ones that I read. So that's our next book that we're going to be reading for October. Okay, so re-roll number 4, because that one landed on the floor. We got a 1. I'd rather have the one on the floor. Yep, that's a 1. Okay, so 1 lands us on the suitcase. And I think, again, that is a TBR Star Claw Machine pick. Our next roll gave us another TBR Star Jar pick, so let's go ahead and see what we get from that one. Oh, okay. I know who the author is, I just can't see the title. Interesting choice, okay. But most of the title made it, but not the first word. So technically it is Ashes in the Snow by Readathons. I cut off the ashes by accident. But so it's Ashes in the Snow by Readathons, and I do own a copy of this book. Yay. Okay, I can show you that one. It's right in front of me. I'm staring at it. Okay, so the next one I'll be reading is Ashes in the Snow by Readathons. So I got this one from a friend of mine, and I'm very, very intrigued to get to this one. I read the, what's it called? The graphic novel for this one. And so I'm really excited. Oh, it does say who it was from. It was from my friend Sue over on Facebook. So it does have the note still in it, but it was a Merry Christmas gift. So very excited because I've heard nothing but good things about Readathons, and I really enjoyed the graphic novel version of Ashes in the Snow. So I'm very happy to be reading the actual full-length book. And I know it's going to be heartbreaking, but that's okay. We can get through it. So this one says, a knock comes at the door in the dead of night, and Lena's life changes in an instant. With her young brother and mother, she is hauled away from her home in Lithuania by the Soviet secret police and thrown into a cattle car en route to Siberia. So I know it's very, very emotional, and I cannot wait to read it. Roll number 5. We got a 2. Really? That's a 2. This game started off great. Now we're just picking really low numbers. Okay, so 1 and 2. It's a cloud prompt. So our next prompt is going to be a person on the cover. Okay, that's pretty broad. So should be lots of options for this one. Okay, our next roll came to another cloud prompt. And for that one, we got person on the cover. And for that one, I'm going to be reading, I do have a copy of this one as well. I'll be reading A Beautiful Disguise by Rosanna M. White. This is her newest book in her newest series called The Imposters, Book 1. And so I'm very excited. It does have a person on the cover, full figure. Didn't say how to be facing or anything, so my game, my rules. But this is, honestly, buzzword was literally right in the little blurb on the top. It says, in Edwardian London, not all that glitters is gold. As a lady and an intelligent officer's secret mission takes them from the city's dazzling ballrooms to his covert intelligence offices. And I just love spy novels and books about espionage and stuff. So I am so excited about this book. I can't wait. Roll number 6. We got, oh yay, that's a 9. Okay, that's way better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got a cloud prompt, and we're almost done. I think one more roll should do it, hopefully. All right, so our next cloud prompt is Instagram scroll. So we got Goodreads and Instagram scroll. Okay, so let's see what we can find on Instagram that we own or that we want to read. We got another cloud prompt next, and for that one we got Instagram scroll. So apparently we're doing both Goodreads and Instagram in this video. So I went ahead and searched through Instagram. I think I saw one book before I picked the one that I chose. I think it was a Riley Sager book, which I'm kind of interested in reading, but I don't know if I'm gonna like his work or not. So I skipped that. I think that was on there. And then I ended up choosing, one of my friends posted her TBR actually for my Journey Through the Bible Readathon, which is happening next month. And on there was the buddy read, Pearl in the Sand by Tessa Afshar. So that was a perfect choice. So I'm choosing Pearl in the Sand by Tessa Afshar for Instagram scroll. So this is a biblical retelling, well, not retelling, but yeah, kind of. But Tessa Afshar sticks with the timeline of biblical characters. So this is about Rahab and the spies that came to her house. And so I'm very excited to read this. And yeah, so I'm very excited. I can't not wait to read this one. And I'm happy that it made it on this TBR and my Journey Through the Bible TBR. Roll number 7. We got a 4. So it is going to be our last roll. 1, 2, and that brings us to our airplane prompt, which is a travel themed prompt. So our travel theme prompt for this month is character you would bring on a trip with you. Nice. I like that one. That one's one of my favorite ones. So just a character, like based on the description or what I've heard from others, a character that I'd like to bring on a trip with me. That one's going to be a fun one. And then our last roll for October is a travel style prompt. And for that one, we got character you would bring on a trip with you. So for this one, I'm picking a book in a series, and it's the second book, I think, called The Ladies of Ivy Cottage by Julie Clausen. And I really enjoyed the characters in the first book. I just feel like they would just be a really great bunch of ladies to bring on a trip. There's an older lady in the group that has like a new romance in the first book. And I just really loved her character. I loved her strength, and I loved how she kind of takes care of the younger woman in the inn. And there's also, of course, the younger ladies, which I absolutely love too. So I think they are a perfect choice. So now I'm going to share with you all the books that were picked, and then I'm going to go through 2 readathons really quick to share with you. So for TBR Claw Machine, the first one was Where We Belong by Lynn Austen. Second one for Cloud Prompt Libby, I'm going to be reading A Gilded Lady by Elizabeth Camden. For another Cloud Prompt Goodreads Rec, I'm going to be reading The Legacy of Longdale Manor by Carrie Taransky. Next one was another TBR Claw Machine pick. And for that one, I'm going to be reading Ashes in the Snow by Readathons. The next Cloud Prompt was A Person on the Cover. And for that one, I'm going to read A Beautiful Disguise by Rosanna M. White. Instagram Scroll, and I picked Pearl in the Sand by Tessa Afshar. And then the last one was a travel prompt, which is character you'd bring on a trip with you. And for that one, I'm going to be reading The Ladies of Ivy Cottage by Julie Clausen. So I have 2 readathons that I'm going to be taking part of next month in October. First one is my Journey Through the Bible readathon, which I will link the announcement video down below in the description box. Just go under the video and you'll find like the title of the video, and then there's words underneath that. Click the word more and you'll find everything that you need to know about my channel all the time. And then I'm also taking part in my friend's video, and that is Middle Earth Readathon, and that is hosted by a bunch of YouTube friends, and I will link their channels as well as their announcement video down below in the description box so you can check it all out. So I'm going to share, I've already shared my Journey Through the Bible Readathon TBR in a separate video. I'll link that as well. So I'm just going to share my Middle Earth Readathon in this video. So there's 9 prompts. I'm going to try to get through them all, but I'll try. So the first one is Legolas, Tariel, and Killy, and for that one is a book with a love triangle. And for that one, I'm going to be reading A Midnight Dance by Joanna Davidson Politano. In the description, it mentioned something about 2 people, and I don't remember what it was. I know there's a handsome dancer, but I thought this one was a love triangle. It might not be though, so I'm probably mistaken. If I am, let me know if you've read this and if there's a love triangle in it. If I'm mistaken, I will try to find another book to fit that prompt, but so far, that's all I got for now. Next prompt was, I'm just looking at my reading journal if you're wondering what I'm looking at down here. The next prompt is Gimli and Legolas, a book with unlikely best friends, and for that one, I'm going to be reading Julia Monroe Begins Again by Rebecca Millay. And I think this is, it's either enemies to lovers or friends to lovers, and so either way, I think it's going to be like an unlikely friendship type of thing, so I think I'm going to enjoy that one, and I should be getting a copy of it hopefully soon. Next prompt is An Unexpected Journey, a book where they go on a journey, and for that one I'm going to read The Legacy of Longdale Manor by Carrie Taransky. Again, this is a learning about your family heritage, family secrets. I feel like she's going to go on a journey in that way, so I think that's going to fit perfectly. Next prompt is Shield Maiden, a book with a strong feminine lead. And for that one, I'm going to read A Gilded Lady by Elizabeth Camden. So that fit out perfectly for that prompt as well. Next prompt is Samwise Gamgee, a book with an unlikely hero. And for that one, I plan on reading A Beautiful Disguise by Rosanna M. White, because I feel like an unlikely hero is a girl who finds herself in the spy business during Edwardian London. I mean, that's pretty unlikely. And I was able to fit a duology on here that I really want to read. If you've been around here long enough, you possibly could guess what that is. But the first prompt is Sequel Breakfast, a book that's a sequel. And for that one, I really want to get to Shiloh by Laurie Benton. I've had this book on my TBR multiple times in the past year, and I just really want to get to it. So this is on my list, as well as the first book, which is for the next prompt, which is My Precious, Your Most Prized Book. So obviously my Bibles are my prized book, but I'm going to be reading a fiction book for this one. And basically it's my prized book because I've had this on my TBR for a very long time. I pre-ordered the second one. I never pre-order books, like really hardly ever. So prized book, I guess I'll choose this one. So Mountain Laurel prized book, because it'll be a prize if I actually accomplish and read it. That'll be the prize. And then Gandalf the Grey, A Book with a Mentor. And for that one, I'm going to be choosing The Ladies of Ivy Cottage by Julie Clausen because, as I said, there's an older lady in that book that I just feel like she's a mentor to the younger ones. And she really helps with the inn, but also like gives them their space and lets them blossom and be a part of the inn. So I really like her character, and I think that is perfect for that prompt. Next one is Aragorn and Arwen, A Book with an Epic Love Story. And I'm going to read the third book in the Ivy Cottage series, which is The Bride of Ivy Green by Julie Clausen. So I'm going to fit that book in and finish up the series. So I'm really guessing there's probably going to be a marriage in it since it says bride. So that's an epic love story to me. So these are some of the books that I will be reading, along with Ashes in the Snow. That I put it back on my cart down there. But I have these along with the rest. I don't have any books physically for. But I just realized these are very fall looking. At least the top couple. I just feel like that's a very fall palette. But I hope you enjoy and have fun with me in the TBRs and Readathons next month. Let me know what you're excited about reading. If you've read any of these, let me know what you thought of them. I love to talk about books. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video.